Alessia Cara's lasted. What happened to Alessia Cara? Why Alessia Cara lost? She never fell off, you bunch of no-nonsense clickbaiters. She's still up there on the music-making mountain, just like everyone else. It's the public that fell off more than anything. Look, it would be an understatement to say I'm sick and tired of seeing all these negative headlines about Alessia Cara's career, enough to make the Sun jealous. I'm sure most people are too, because Alessia Cara proves time and time again that with every album or song that she puts out, it is a hit. The world just isn't game enough to hear them. But they wouldn't be hits if not many people listen to them, I hear you say. Well, yes, but also no. You've been sucked into the one-hit wonder void. And by no means was Alessia Cara ever a one-hit wonder. Thankfully, I have not heard many people, if not anyone, describe her as a one-hit wonder. Alessia's discography has a great selection of rich anthem and sweet love ballads. She is the most influential and one of the most underrated artists of this generation. For me personally, my favourite album of hers, and probably one of my favourite albums of all time, would be The Pains of Growing, her sophomore album. The production of this album is just fantastic. It shows Alessia at her most vulnerable, and this is the first album that she has written and produced all by herself. Only Alessia could have written and worn an oversized suit representing the pains of growing up. It was a real shame that Alessia got a lot of hate for this. The 21st century's answer to David Byrne's Stop Making Sense suit. Not that big, of course, but Alessia still got whinges about it. Pitchfork gave The Pains of Growing a 6.8. And the way the reviewer just analysed the lyrics, it was just so patronising. Sorry, not sorry, I just had to make this meme. But has anyone noticed that Pitchfork just seems to give the weakest reviews to artists they deem mainstream? Her third and most recent album, In the Meantime, got the best reception from Pitchfork at a 7.1, but I still think it could do better. The most memorable tracks on the album is Middle Ground. If Alessia Cara is on any middle ground right now, she would be somewhere between the mainstream and the alternative. Alessia doesn't seem to fit into either of these categories. She's among a vast minority of artists who've been displaced, which is probably due to the toxicity of the music industry, but also the fact that the public hasn't really paid attention to the music that these artists are putting out. They're still here. I hope you'll understand that I'll be here. Like Here is one of the biggest songs of Alessia's, and yet people seem to forget that she was here the entire time. Being in this middle ground is kind of disappointing in terms of the radio. J is our local independent radio station, yet I don't think they've ever played a single Alessia Cara song. But at the end of the day, all I can hope for is that the world starts to take notice more of Alessia's music, and that she doesn't have to be defined as mainstream or alternative to gain a following. I love how at this stage in her career, Alessia is trying new things that are so unexpected. She's done a collab with The Warning, an amazing rock band, and which really got me into The Warning, and it's how I discovered them, and I'm sure many Warning fans have discovered Alessia Cara from this collab. Could be the beginning of a new chapter where we start to see Alessia experiment more in her music. Maybe she might release a rock album. For now though, a girl is just dreaming. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I really didn't make the recording sound too stuffy, but this was my first ever basically be honest video, or whatever you call these. It seems most Alessia Cara fans are saying In the Meantime is her best album, but again, I digress. It is definitely got to be the pains of growing younger. This album just came out at the right time for me. I was 11, and it also came out on my mum's birthday. So if that is not a good omen, I don't know what is. Thanks for watching.